हरि ओम नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Our national heritage begins with the Vedas, and it should have been heralded a resurgence with our country's independence. Sri Aurobindo, on whose birthday our country attained independence, dreamed of national education. By national education, he meant our own education, not foreign education, which we all today still continue in our colleges and universities. Lord Macaulay, who framed this educational policy, very clearly mentioned it. It is aimed to make every Indian into an Englishman. I am afraid he succeeded frightfully, except for a few people like us. And before long, if we don't restore back our national heritage, we will be all duplicate prints of George Bush or Mao Zedong or anybody else other than Indians. So our cultural freedom begins with the liberation of our education. Therefore, even while serving as a civil servant, it was my homework to prepare the first textbook of Vedic Hinduism. It dawned on me that nobody can write a textbook of Vedic Hinduism unless he has a firm and deep roots in science. It is not just philosophy, it is science. Not one science as modern sciences would like to have, but it is a synthesis of all sciences. Sri Aurobindo dreamed of a day when all the sciences will be unified into one supreme synthesis. But I was surprised to find that they were already synthesized into one supreme science of yoga. The Bhagavad Gita, the summary of the four Vedas, taught by a master, a divine master, to a human disciple, is a permanent textbook. It teaches about the origin of the universe, the formation of the solar system, the beginning of time, the creation of man, the evolution of animals, plants, and even the souls on this earth, the law of karma, about which many have made fun of us, calling us fatalists. So I started to hit the nail on the head. Newton's law of action and reaction is nothing but a plagiarism of the law of karma in the physics world. If you take a tennis ball and hit the wall, it will come back with the same momentum. That is the statement of Newtonian physics. Our rishis knew that the law of karma operates not only in the world of inert matter, but also mentally, physically, spiritually. If we hurt others, the pain will come back to us. Lord Buddha taught. Ahimsa is therefore spreading goodwill and joy and love to all living creatures, so that ultimately it will come back to you as an insurance policy in divine trust. Basically, if you want to be happy, you have to make others happy. If you want to be learned, you have to spread knowledge. If you want to be good to others. This is the crux of the Vedic religion. It is also the Anusiddhanta, the atomic theory, the mathematics of Bodhayana Rishi, the so-called Pythagoras theorem of our rishis, which I mentioned in the textbook of Vedic sciences. Modern scientists, till recently, they used to believe that the earth is the center. The church has hanged a number of scientists for preaching heresy. But if you go back to the Vedas, the Surya Siddhanta, Soma Siddhanta, the Brahaspati Siddhanta, 18 Siddhantas of astronomy are commented by a man no less than Burgess, Reverend Burgess, a Christian father who has no word to say about the science of the Vedas. So it is a calculated transformation of Vedic religion and a Vedic nation into a nation of people who are foreigners to themselves. So therefore, I consider it as my God-given duty. And whatever privileges God has given as Gurukula education in my childhood, Vedic education in my middle age, and a degree in modern science in my 20s. I was a professor in Dayala at 21 because of the Gayatri Mantra. When a professor in Harvard asked me, what is the difference between Eastern education and your so-called Gurukula education? I told him, modern Western education is about transferring information from outside into the mind of the student. Ancient education is about taking out knowledge from your soul. It is based on the yoga theory that the human soul is divine in essence, and all information is stored as a supercomputer memory connected to the cosmic computer. Therefore, Eka Vijnanena Sarva Vijnana Pratigna, as Maharshi Vedavyasa said. This is my pratigna, he said. By knowing which, you will know everything. So, such is the basis of our Vedic education. But it is no use praising it. It has to be taught systematically, painfully, patiently, and also not merely teaching the bookish knowledge. We have to teach them asanas, pranayam, mantra. So a textbook on Mantra Shastra I had to write. A textbook on Agama Shastra I had to write. So about 100 books